They called him Hussain Sajwani, the man who built an empire from sand and ambition, the billionaire developer who turned the Dubai skyline into a monument to impossible architecture. For over 40 years, he transformed empty desert into billions of dollars in gleaming towers, glass and steel reaching toward a sky that promised everything to men willing to bet on the future. This is the story of how he partnered with Donald Trump, built some of the most opulent golf courses in the Middle East, and discovered that the best partnerships are not measured in what they cost you, but in what they make you worth. Hussain Sajwani was born into a middle-class merchant family in Dubai, back when Dubai was nothing. Just fishing villages and pearl divers, and heat that could kill you if you were not careful. The oil money was starting to flow, but the city was decades away from becoming the fantasy land it is now. His father owned a small shop in the local souk, watches, Parker pens, shirts imported from China. His mother sold fabrics and household goods to neighbors. Young Hussain grew up watching his parents build something from nothing. Trade, negotiation, the art of the deal. He learned it all before he could drive. Most kids from families like his would have stayed local, taken over the family business, disappeared into comfortable obscurity. But Sajwani wanted more. He wanted America. Sajwani graduated from the University of Washington with a degree in industrial engineering and economics. He had started in medical school in Baghdad on a government scholarship. He lasted 1 year. Medicine was not for him. He wanted to build things, create systems, understand how money moved and how markets worked. He came home to Dubai with knowledge most Emiratis did not have: engineering principles, Western business theory, an understanding of how the developed world operated, and he was hungry to apply it. His first job was at Gasco, Abu Dhabi Gas Industries. Contracts manager, good salary, stable position with a government-linked company. He could have stayed there for 30 years, built a pension, retired with dignity. But Sajwani saw what was happening around him. The Gulf War was coming. American troops and construction companies were flooding into the region, and they all needed to eat. Sajwani founded his catering company. Not glamorous, not sexy, but necessary. He called it Daraya Service Management Company. Later, it would become Global Logistics Services. His pitch was simple. He could feed thousands of workers daily: American soldiers, Bechtel employees, construction crews building the infrastructure that would transform the Gulf. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, day after day. Simple food, efficient operation. The margins were thin, but the volume was massive. He wasn't getting rich yet, but he was learning how to manage scale, how to navigate bureaucracy, how to build relationships with the families that controlled Dubai, the Al Maktoums, the merchant dynasties, the men who decided which foreigners got to make money and which ones got deported. Sajwani was patient. He was observant. He was building something more valuable than wealth. He was building connections. The mid-1990s. Sajwani had accumulated enough capital to pivot. He saw what was coming. Hotels. Dubai was positioning itself as a business hub, and traders flooding into the emirate needed somewhere to sleep. He built 5 3-star hotels in the Deira district. Nothing fancy, but functional. He would build them, lease them for short-term revenue, then sell them upon completion. It worked. He founded investment companies, Zetdeco Invest and Deco Group. By 1997, he had established Al Jazeera Services with capitalization over $125 million. He was becoming wealthy, but he had not found his true calling yet. That would come when Dubai made a decision that would change everything. The Dubai government opened real estate to foreign freehold ownership in designated zones. For the first time, Russians and Indians and Chinese and British buyers could own property in Dubai outright, not just lease it, own it. Sajwani saw the opportunity instantly. He founded DAMAC Properties. The timing was perfect. The world was flush with cash. Oil prices were climbing. Russian oligarchs needed places to park their money. British retirees wanted winter homes with guaranteed sunshine. Indian industrialists wanted second residences in a city where business regulations were suggestions rather than laws. And Sajwani was ready to sell them all a piece of the dream. Not just apartments, lifestyle, status. The promise that you too could live like royalty in a city that didn't exist 20 years ago. DAMAC exploded. The company pioneered aggressive off-plan sales. Buyers would put down deposits on apartments that hadn't been built yet. The money would fund construction. By the time the building was complete, their investment had appreciated. It was brilliant, it was risky, and it worked. Sajwani's first completed building was Marina Terrace in Dubai Marina in 2006, 203 units. From there, he didn't stop. Luxury towers with Italian marble and German fixtures and views of the Persian Gulf. He wasn't building homes, he was building vertical investments, places where wealthy people stored wealth while it appreciated. Most units stayed empty, lights off, no furniture, just safety deposit boxes in the sky. Then came 2008. The global financial crisis hit Dubai like a sledgehammer. Property values dropped more than 60%. Projects were cancelled. Buyers stopped paying. Developers went bankrupt one after another. But DAMAC survived. Sajwani had built enough relationships, maintained enough liquidity, and structured his deals carefully so that he could weather the storm. While competitors collapsed, DAMAC kept building, kept delivering. It was the making of his reputation. By 2013, DAMAC was one of the largest private developers in the Middle East. Sajwani was a billionaire, but he wanted more. He wanted global recognition. He wanted a partner whose name alone would elevate DAMAC from regional player to international brand. He wanted Donald Trump. The pitch was simple. Trump had the name, DAMAC had the land, and the execution capability. Together, they would build the most luxurious golf courses the Middle East had ever seen. Trump would not invest $1. He would just license his name, show up for ribbon cuttings, smile for cameras. For this, he would collect millions in fees and royalties. It was the business model Trump had perfected after his Atlantic City disasters. Do not risk your own capital. Just rent out the brand. Let someone else handle construction and financing and all the messy reality. Take the money. Move on. For Sajwani, it seemed like a perfect deal. Trump's name meant luxury. It meant success. It meant American aspiration. In Dubai, where image was everything and appearances determined reality, the Trump brand was pure gold. May 6, 2013. They announced the partnership. DAMAC revealed plans for Trump International Golf Club Dubai as part of Akoya by DAMAC, a $6 billion development spanning 42 million square feet. Trump came to Dubai. He walked through the villa they had built as the sales center. All gold fixtures and crystal chandeliers and furniture that looked like it belonged in Versailles. Sajwani told the press they were bringing the most elite name in golf and luxury real estate to Dubai. Trump said this would be among the most luxurious projects he had done. The announcement generated global press. CNN, Bloomberg, BBC. For a developer in Dubai, that kind of coverage was worth more than any advertising campaign. The Trump name was doing exactly what Sajwani had paid for. It was making noise. September 2014. DAMAC announced a second course, Trump World Golf Club, Dubai. This one was designed by Tiger Woods himself. It was part of the massive Akoya Oxygen development. 2 Trump-branded golf courses in one city. It was ambitious. It was unprecedented in the region. Sajwani was building his international reputation, one licensing deal at a time. Everything was proceeding according to plan. Then Trump decided to run for president. June 16, 2015. Trump descended that golden escalator in Trump Tower in Manhattan and announced his candidacy for President of the United States. Within minutes, he had called Mexican immigrants rapists and criminals. The backlash was immediate. Macy's dropped his clothing line. NBC fired him from The Apprentice. The PGA announced it was moving a golf tournament from Trump National. And in Dubai, where the population was 85% immigrant workers and political stability depended on not offending anyone, people started asking questions. What was DAMAC going to do about its American partner, who had just insulted millions of people from countries that sent workers to build DAMAC towers? December 7, 2015. Trump proposed a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States. Within 48 hours, his image was removed from billboards advertising the Dubai Golf Club. Ivanka Trump's pictures came down too. It looked like DAMAC was cutting ties. But 2 days later, Trump's name went back up. Not his picture, just his name. DAMAC's senior vice president issued a statement. Their agreement was with the Trump Organization as one of the premium golf course operators in the world. They would not comment on Trump's personal or political agenda. Business is business. The contract was signed. They were moving forward. Sajwani did not drop Trump. He doubled down. In the Middle East, loyalty matters. Contracts matter. And walking away from a deal because your partner said something offensive would make you look weak. In November 2016, after Trump won the election, Sajwani told reporters they had seen the pressure. He had meetings with board and management and took a decision to stick to their legal agreements. It was a wise decision, he said. All our business partners respect us for that. Then he said something revealing. Trump had a strong brand, Sajwani explained, and no question in the last 12 months, his brand became stronger and more global. He thought it would have a positive impact on sales. February 18, 2017. Trump International Golf Club, Dubai officially opened. It was the first new 18-hole course in Dubai in 7 years. Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump flew in as guests of honor. President Trump himself did not attend. He was busy being president. But his sons posed for photos and praised Sajwani. Eric called him a great friend and said this was just the beginning. The event was surreal. Secret Service everywhere. International media covered a golf course opening like it was a summit meeting. For Sajwani, it was validation. His partner was not just a celebrity developer anymore. His partner was the most powerful man on earth. The Trump brand was not just luxury now, it was power. But power comes with complications. Trump's presidency was chaos from day one. The Muslim ban, tensions with Iran, moving the US embassy in Israel to Jerusalem. Every decision Trump made seemed calculated to inflame the Middle East, and Sajwani's developments bore the Trump name. Some buyers loved it. Russians, Europeans, Americans who saw Trump as a winner. But potential buyers from Pakistan, from Egypt, from Iran, from Palestine had different feelings. Sajwani kept quiet. What could he say? He kept building. He kept selling. The golf club operated. The properties sold. Not always at the premiums he had hoped for, but they sold. Meanwhile, Sajwani had other problems. In May 2011, an Egyptian criminal court convicted him in absentia on charges of profiteering and misappropriating public funds. The allegation was that he purchased 30 million square meters of prime Red Sea coastland for just $1 per square meter without public bidding. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison, ordered to pay a fine of 242 million Egyptian pounds, and to return the land to the state. Egypt's Attorney General issued an Interpol arrest warrant. Sajwani called the case a travesty of justice. He described it as a sham proceeding rushed through Egypt's judicial system, and as politically motivated retaliation against anyone associated with the fallen Mubarak regime. He filed an international arbitration case. In May 2013, there was a settlement. Sajwani paid approximately $6 billion to resolve 3 disputes with Egypt. In exchange, the prison sentence was suspended, the land was returned, and he dropped the arbitration. The crisis was resolved, and he moved on. By 2020, Sajwani had built DAMAC into a powerhouse. The company had delivered over 44,000 homes. He had expanded into hospitality and partnered with Versace, Fendi, Roberto Cavalli, and Paramount. His private investment firm acquired Roberto Cavalli entirely in 2019. He bought the Swiss jeweler de Grisogono. He was operating in multiple countries, building in London, Riyadh, Amman, and Beirut. The Trump properties were a fraction of his portfolio, but they were the fraction everyone talked about. Every article about DAMAC mentioned Trump. Every profile of Sajwani led with the partnership. It had become the defining fact of his business career. Then came January 6, 2021, the Capitol riots. The world watched American democracy nearly collapse on live television. Trump was no longer president, but he was claiming the election was stolen. Half of America believed him. The other half viewed him as a threat to democracy itself. Some business partners might have distanced themselves. Sajwani did the opposite. 1 week after January 6, 2021, he told reporters he would welcome the opportunity of expanding the relationship with Trump, not distancing, expanding. In November 2024, Trump won the presidency again. For Sajwani, it was vindication. He told Bloomberg their relationship with the Trump organization went back almost a decade. They had done a project in Dubai and were open to any new project depending on circumstances and the market. A week later, he said something more revealing. For the last 4 years, we have been waiting for this moment. We are very excited now with his leadership and his open strategy and policy to encourage businesses to come to the United States. On January 7, 2025, Sajwani appeared alongside President-elect Trump at Mar-a-Lago. They announced a $20 billion investment in United States data centers through DAMAC subsidiary Edgenex Data Centers. $20 billion, maybe more, maybe double that, Trump suggested. 2,000 megawatts of capacity across 8 states: Texas, Arizona, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Ohio, Illinois, Michigan, and Indiana. Trump called Sajwani one of the most respected business leaders in the Middle East, indeed the world. He said he was inspired by the election, and he would not have done it without the election. Sajwani beamed. This was the payoff. Years of loyalty. Years of standing by Trump through controversy. Now his partner was president again, and the opportunities were limitless. In April 2025, Eric Trump announced another Trump Tower. This one on Palm Jumeirah. 80 floors, 350 meters tall, $1 billion, $20 million penthouses, the world's highest pool. The first Trump organization developed property in the Middle East, not just licensed. Completion is expected in December 2031. The partnership was expanding. Sajwani had been photographed at Mar-a-Lago, seated between Trump and Elon Musk on New Year's Eve. He attended Trump's inauguration and met with President Trump in the Oval Office. Disclosed financial reports showed Trump had earned more than $6 million in DAMAC-related fees from January 2024 to June 2025 alone. By 2025, Sajwani's net worth had exploded. Forbes pegged it at $10.2 billion, nearly double from the previous year and 10 times what it was 5 years earlier. Bloomberg estimated even higher, over $13 billion. He was the richest Emirati and the third richest Arab. His wealth had soared during Dubai's property boom. DAMAC had delivered over 50,000 homes, with 54,000 more in development. The company sponsored Chelsea Football Club. His investment firm had stakes in SpaceX, Anthropic, XAI, and Mistral. A Sajwani-linked company had purchased the Amadea, the 106-meter superyacht seized from sanctioned Russian oligarch Suleiman Kerimov. Sajwani was operating at a level few developers ever reach. The towers still stand. Trump International Golf Club Dubai is still operating, fully floodlit, with active membership sales. The second Tiger Woods course was never completed, but the first one thrives. People still play golf there, swim in pools with views of the Arabian Gulf, and park their Ferraris in climate-controlled garages. The buildings function exactly as Sajwani promised they would. Beautiful, luxurious, well-maintained. And they carry a name that means different things to different people. To some, it means winning. To others, it means everything they oppose. To Sajwani, it means something else entirely. It means loyalty pays. It means standing by your partners when times are hard can lead to opportunities when times are good. It means that in business, relationships matter more than headlines. That was the story of Hussain Sajwani, the billionaire from Dubai who turned empty desert into luxury towers, who started with a catering company feeding American troops and ended up partnering with American presidents, who built an empire spanning continents, who saw Donald Trump's name not as a liability, but as an asset, even when the world said otherwise, who stood by that partnership through Muslim bans and insurrections and controversies that would have made lesser men walk away, and who, in the end, saw his net worth reach over $10 billion and his partner return to the most powerful office on earth. The towers are beautiful. The golf courses are world-class. The execution was flawless. And the partnership endures. Which detail surprised you most? Tell me in the comments. If you want more stories about loyalty, ambition, and partnerships that pay off when others lose faith, make sure you subscribe. In Dubai, as in business everywhere, those who bet on relationships often win bigger than those who bet on trends.